Okay, so I thought I'd make a guide on how to get the S ending in Clock Tower Rewind. I'm a bit sick right now, so ignore my voice, it's a bit quiet. Um, but yeah, this is pretty much the only ending that involves Jennifer and one of her friends making it out alive, and that one friend will either be Anne or Laura. For this run, it's going to be Laura because it's much easier. There's like 4 different ways you can witness Anne die, and only one way you can witness Laura die. And that's really how you avoid them dying, is you just don't witness it. So the first thing we do is, head to the left, go into this room, and interact with this box right here. Yeah, okay, it's empty. So there'll either be a key there'll either be a key in it, or it'll be empty. If it's empty, then the key is in the other location. I'll show you where that other location is, but next, regardless of if the key's in there or not, we want to go through this door. That'll take us to this bedroom right here. So we want to interact with this drawer. So there's a small perfume bottle in there. This is the same perfume used by Miss Mary. So you pick it up. And next, we're going to interact with the parrot. So this room is... we're basically going to be setting up this room for dealing with the first Bobby encounter. And how we do that is, first interacting with the parrot, Jennifer will free it. And all we do right here is just hover our mouse over the bed with the blanket on it, and then wait until we can interact with it. And then just spam interact. Well, not spam, but, hit interact with this bed. And then Jennifer will take a while. Eventually she'll go over to it. And she'll do that. She'll trap the parrot just like that. So the reason we do that is because if we come in here to try to hide from Bobby later on, the parrot will rat us out. So we need to trap the parrot so he doesn't do that. So I keep heading to the left. Alright, I'm going to refill my stamina. I'm going to try to make sure my stamina's full at all times, even though it's not necessary. Don't go into the bathroom. So as soon as you see that music triggers, because you're right outside the bathroom. So don't go in there, because we don't want to witness Laura dying. Instead, we want to go in here and witness Anne dying. It's one of the greatest horror villain entries ever. So yeah, I'm going to try to keep my stamina full at all times. It's not all that important, but I'm pretty sure having higher stamina reduces your chances of tripping. So just to prevent that, I'm going to try to keep it full. So what we want to do is, as soon as we trigger Bobby, we want to head back into that room where we killed the parrot. And interact with the bed that isn't, the bed that doesn't have the blanket on it. Jennifer will hide under it. Bobby will enter. And because there's no parrot to rat us out, he'll just leave. And there we go, we've dealt with the first encounter. So now we can head back. So yeah, we gotta go back to that hallway now. Okay, let's hope we don't get another encounter again. But what we want to do is, once we're back here, is go up the stairs. So yeah, and now and that room will work every time now, so whenever we get a Bobby counter roughly in that area, we can just go back into that room, hide under the bed, and we'll be fine. So I'm gonna be showing you all the different ways you can deal with all the Bobby encounters, because that's one of the features of Clock Tower Rewind, is there's now random Bobby encounters. And there's lots of different ways you can deal with him. So that's one of the ways, going in there. You can also go to the garage and use the shovel, albeit that method can only work once. Oh god damn it, Jennifer, run. But yeah, next we want to go into this room. There's also a room in here that we can use to deal with Bobby, but you do have to set it up beforehand, because you can't interact with things in rooms when Bobby's chasing after you. So first we want to interact with this box behind the shelf. Jennifer will try to climb it, but she can't. And then after that, we want to interact with this box. And yeah, if the box is already in the correct place when Bobby's chasing after you, then what you can do is when he's chasing you, you can come in here and then climb over this again, and he will leave. But yeah, we have to do this anyway because inside the box is an item we need. You've obtained the Black Robe. Well done. She'll climb back over. There's a few other things we did in here. There's a rope on the ground here that we're going to pick up. Yep, there's a rope. You obtained the rope. Now we need to... So yeah, the rope is there's only like a chance we'll need it. It's not guaranteed. But the pesticide we absolutely do need. Yeah, pick up the rope anyway, because like we will need it if a certain thing happens later on. Okay, but we need to come to the left here because we didn't find the west building key in the box earlier. So if you don't find it, what you want to do is come over here, interact with that bird's nest, and then interact with this box. Do not pick up this pipe. Do not do it. And you have to make sure you interact with the bird's nest before the box. I really hate the way interactivity in this game works. After you've done that, interact with the bird's nest again. Yeah, the way interactivity in this game works is there are certain things you can't interact with at all until you've interacted with something else. Anyway, we found the west building key. There are some things you'll interact with and it won't do the thing you want it to until you interact with something else, which is really annoying. So yeah, just keep that in mind. That room is now set up for Bobby encounters. If like we get a random encounter now, for instance, that would have been great timing. But if we don't, we can head into the west building from the second floor. Okay, so most of the rooms in the west building are randomized. So we've got to figure out where everything is first. First of all, we're going to head all the way to the left. And this will either be the doll room or the other room. It's the doll room. Okay, if it's the doll room, just leave. There's nothing we need to do in here. To rest and then head downstairs. So yeah, we don't want the doll room, we want the other room. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, the other room is what we need. So head downstairs, head to the left. Okay, so once we're in here, we're gonna head all the way to the left, interact with this box right here. And Jennifer will see a glowing dagger in there. It's a bronze dagger. Once you pick that up, interact with this cupboard. And there will be an undead MF in here. And he has a key on him, as you can see right there. So Jennifer will run away. I don't even know what this thing is supposed to be. The game just describes it as an undead thing. So what we want to do here is select the dagger and then click on the boy. Jennifer will kill it very quickly. And we get a key. Well done. And it's the cage key. That's what we needed in here, so we can leave. Okay. So don't head through there because that's the hallway back to the east wing. So now we need to check all the other rooms, which are all randomized. We're just going to check them all one by one and, you know, just to see where everything is. So first one, okay, this is the crow room. We need to be here. So once we're here, select the cage key and then interact with this cage. Doing this will free, so there's a crow in this cage. Doing this will free the crow. This is important for the S ending. Jennifer will say, I will escape too. We're done in here, we can leave. The couple of these rooms also have methods for dealing with Bobby, so we need to make sure we know where they are. For that purpose. Let's go through here. Okay, this is locked, so that's the ritual room. That's where the end game is, so it's good to know where that room is. Let's try this one. This is the library room, okay. So, we do need to interact with some of these books. There's paper inside a book. We must keep the demonic statue in a safe place. Okay. Statue among statues. Okay, so yeah, this book will either say something about a statue or a cane. And that's how you know which run we're doing, if it's a statue run or a cane run. So yeah, if Bobby comes running in here, so if Bobby is chasing you, you can come in here, and what you do is you interact with this shelf right here. Bobby will stand to the other side, and you can push the shelf on him, which is a good way of dealing with him. It only works once, though. There's another room for dealing with him that works every time, which I like to call the God room. Let's just keep going through here. Okay, so now that we know that this is a statue run, we don't have to go to the music room. But I am going to show you what you do if it says cane instead, because if it does say cane, you need to find the music room. So let's see if it's in either of these doors. Okay, this is the God room. So if Bobby's chasing you through here, just, you know, hide under one of the beds and you'll be fine every time. You don't even have to do anything in this room. It's just already set up. Okay. So let's see what this room is. This could be the music room, or it'll be something else. Okay, it's the bathroom. I'm actually going to rewind if it's the bathroom instead of just manually leaving. Yeah, we want to make sure we don't enter either of the bathrooms at all cost. Let's take the stairs up. Yeah, I want to run up the stairs. We have to walk instead. Okay. Okay, so we need to get across this gap right here. How we do that is first interact with the gap. I can see through the floor, and that will allow us to interact with the wooden plank. Also, if Bobby is chasing you across here, one way of dealing with him is actually to come to this gap. Jennifer will jump across it, and regardless of if the plank is there or not, Jennifer will jump across it and Bobby will fall to his death. If you jump across the gap without moving the plank, that is what you need the rope for. You select the rope and interact with this statue right here, and that will allow a way for Jennifer to get back down. Okay, so now that we know this is a statue run, we need to interact with these statues. And there we go. There's a small demon idol. So yeah, interacting with one of the statues will allow Jennifer to pick up the demon idol, if this is a statue run. Yeah, if it's a cane run instead, what you need to do is go to the music room and interact with the curtain at the back of the room. I'll show you what we do once we get there. But yeah, we still need to be up here anyway, regardless of the run, because we need to go through here. This is a hidden storage room that leads to a secret room next door. So first we interact with that, which will allow us to interact with the boxes in general. That will allow Jennifer to move this out of the way. So it just says it looks like it's been repainted because there's a secret room back there. She notices the cracks. And once this cutscene is ended, the game will allow us to interact with this metal bar right here. Oh! Okay, that scared the shit out of me. Well, we can't really do anything right here, so yeah, just run up to him and hope we get a panic event. If you do, obviously spam the panic button. For me, it's A. Let's leave. Oh. That was a bad spot to rest, okay. So yeah, we know where the god room is, so we can just head straight there to deal with Bobby. So yeah, that's one of the random encounters we talked about earlier. Alright, god room, hide under the bed. We'll just leave. Works every time. Okay, now with that over, let's head back to that room. Because that room is very important for the ascending. Okay, so yeah, after you've interacted with this wall once, that will allow the game will allow you to interact with this metal bar right here. And then we use that to break down the wall. Yep, there's another room behind the wall. Let's head in there. Okay, once we're in here, we just gotta interact with everything. Looks like a medical chart. The patients are 2 newborn babies. We're gonna interact with this bag. Name is embroidered on the inside. Walter Simpson. Dad, yeah. So that corpse you're seeing in the corner right there, that's Jennifer's dad. Yeah, the lore of this game is actually kind of crazy. Yeah, interact with this node as well, and that will... Yep, that'll tell you... That'll basically reveal that Mary is in fact evil. And we should be careful of her. And after you've done all that, then interact with the corpse. And yeah, this is Jennifer's dad. And you'll read the memo. Okay, this is the final memo of Walter Simpson. I'm just going to skip all this because I've already read it. But if you want to read it for yourself, that's, you know, that's lore for you right there. Once we've done all that, we can leave. See, the whole point of this room is that this is like a revelation room. This tells us that A, Mary is evil, and B, Bobby is a like a twin demonic baby, essentially. Okay, once we've done all that, we can now explore the rest of the second floor of the west building. Let's come back across the plank and head to the left. Okay, let's head through this door. Okay, if you go to this room, just immediately go through this door right here. And that will take us to the door room. Get this bit of dialogue. I feel like something is watching me. I want to interact with this box right here that the doll is sitting on. There's a key on it. Put the ritual key in your pocket. So yeah, this is the door to that locked room we saw earlier. And yeah, after that you'll get this little cutscene. One of these 2 dolls will come to life. I think it's random. And literally all you do is just wait until you get the panic event. And then start, you know, mashing the panic event button. Boom. It just kills itself. Now we can leave. Yeah, if you try to leave during that fight, Jennifer will notice that the door is locked and that you can't do shit. Okay, so this has to be the music room then. So now that since we have the statue, we don't actually need to go in this room. But if you do, if it's a cane run, what you do is you go in here and you interact with this curtain. And behind this curtain will either be the cane, or it'll be Bobby. But yeah, if it's a cane run, then it'll almost certainly be the cane behind that curtain. So yeah, don't open that curtain if you know it's a statue run. So now we can keep going to the left. So we have everything we need from the west building for now. Obviously, we're not going to go to the ritual room yet because that's endgame. We've got to do everything else first. We need to head back to the east building. Okay. Yeah, that phone is not going to stop ringing. I hate it so much. So once we're back in the east building, head downstairs. Downstairs and then all the way to the left. And we want to go into this room. All the way to the left is the garage, and like I said, that's another way of dealing with Bobby later. So now what we want to do is, by the way, interacting with this fridge will get you the ham, which is necessary for the A ending. If you don't go into the secret room earlier and instead grab the ham before going into the next room we're going into after this, that will set you up for the A ending. But we're doing S instead, so so the ham is useless to us. So what we do instead is select the pesticide and interact with this fridge. I don't actually know what this is. This like meat locker right here, because there's a lot of bugs in this thing. So we use the pesticide to get rid of them. And there's a key at the bottom. You've put the gold key in your pocket. Yeah, this is the key to the room that Mary is waiting in. And now we can leave. Yeah, now let's interact with this door right here. You've used the gold key. And, oh, never mind, Mary isn't in here. So if Mary is in here, all you want to do is just, like, leave and come back in, which the game allows you to do because we know that Mary is evil. But if she's not in here, then that clears you to go over and interact with this this glass right here, and underneath it is a key. Don't interact with the phone because nothing happens as much as you want to turn it off. Like, it's impossible, which is annoying. But we've now picked up the silver key. Excellent. Yeah, if you go into that room, Mary's in there, and you didn't go to the secret room, Jennifer will, like, there's nothing you can do. Jennifer will, like, be drugged by Mary. And if you have the ham, you can survive the cage she throws you into by giving it to the dude on the floor, who is Simon Barrows. And that will set you up for the A ending. But yeah, since we discovered the secret room, we know Mary's evil, so if Mary is in there, we can leave and just go back in immediately. And then pick up the silver key. Anyway, the silver key unlocks this door right here. Yeah, so go back upstairs, come in here. And what we want to do in here is first interact. I don't actually know if you have to interact with this notebook, but this notebook tells you about the whole, like, you know, stop the big clock tower thing. Although then again, I think Lene, is that her name? I think she tells you about it as well, so I don't think it's that important. Makes you want to interact with... excuse me. Yeah, you want to interact with that drawing right here, then interact with the shelf. And Jennifer will push it over. She's supposed to push it over. Maybe you have to interact with it again. Nope, okay, I don't know why. Okay, sorry, I got it wrong. You can only push the shelf over if it's a cane run. Apparently, you can't do it on a statue run, so you don't actually have to do it if it's a statue run. I think you just have to observe the mural as it is. Yeah, so once we've observed what we need to in that room, we can head back to the West Wing, and we can now go to the ritual room and start the end game. Yeah, so back here, we need to head downstairs. And it's the second door once we enter this area. Yep, there we go. Looks exactly like the mural I saw in the other room. Yep. Okay, so what you do is, if this is a cane run, what you do is you select the cane from your inventory and interact with this pot right here. But if it's a statue run, which this is, we select the statue and interact with the podium over here. And whichever one you do, it'll open the hatch right here. And then we go down. Okay, so we're now in the underground area. I don't actually know what you call this. The person in a robe and a dog up ahead. You just keep going up ahead until you get stopped here. And then we want to go into our inventory. We want to select the Black Robe and select Jennifer. Then we select the Perfume and select Jennifer again. Yes, the idea is that we disguise ourselves in both looks and smell as Miss Mary, so the dog lets us pass. If you don't do both of those things, the dog will kill you. So make sure you do that. Alright. First we head all the way to the right. And we will see Lotte, whatever her name is. Yeah, but she tells us about the switches in the clock tower. So after you've done that, head back to the left. And we can go through this little cave right here. And we want to head all the way to the right. That way we can climb up here. So if you already know how the end game goes, you don't really need me to explain all this, but yeah, all we do is just go all the way to the right, and we reach the cradle under the star. We just interact with that. And we have found Dan Barrows. This is Bobby's brother. And this is all cutscene right here, so all we do is just wait until we reach the panic event and then start spamming the panic button. And once we get this, just start spamming the button. And as soon as the portrait stops flashing, you can stop spamming. And so we should be fine. We'll climb up through the kerosene onto Dan. Okay. And this final part's rather irritating. First we have to go through this cave. We'll get a small little cutscene right here. And the game is like, oh, Dan Barrows is still alive. Uh-oh, sequel bait. Yeah, this part's really irritating, because you have to come here and interact with the elevator, and then go back to that switch in order to actually press it. It's really stupid. So yeah, first interact with the elevator button. It'll say there's no response, and then you have to go all the way back to that switch. Interact with it. Yep. She'll press it. It says elevator power source. You turn on the switch, and now we go back to the elevator. Let's rest one more time. And then once you're in the elevator, I'm not sure if you have to select third floor or if you can actually select the second floor as well. That being said, selecting the third floor is faster, so I'm gonna do it anyways. And I would pick the third floor anyway just to be safe. But like, I'm pretty sure the second floor still works. Because the idea is when you pick second floor instead, you run into Mary, but we know she's evil, so we can run away from her, and it's basically just an alternative way to the top of the clock tower. So yeah, assuming we did everything right, the elevator should not break down. Yep, Bobby will come down, but yep, we're good. And everything, and this is all just one big cutscene until we get the next panic event. There's Laura on the floor. So yeah, this is all just cutscene. We flip the switches on the clock tower, which causes Bobby to kill himself. Alright, and we see Laura. And get ready for it, we got one more panic event. Mary's gonna come out and gonna kill us. And assuming we succeed the panic event, the crows will come in and attack her, which will lead to her death. And that's it. That's all we have to do. Yep, Laura's alive. And that's it. As far as I'm aware, the only ending where someone other than Jennifer survives, like along with her. And then we get this final cutscene. And yeah, like I said, Laura, at least in my opinion, is much easier to save than Anne, because there's only one way you can watch Laura die, and there's quite a few ways you can watch Anne die. And that's essentially how deaths in this game works. If you don't see them die, then they don't die. So yeah, we go outside, it stops raining. I'm just gonna skip through the credits so we can see the ending rank. There it is, ending rank S.